Yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you are tuned in, wherever you are in the world. My name is MC Till. Welcome to the Boom Bap Chat number 83. So excited about our guest. If you're watching, you see him. We're going to introduce him in just a moment. But before we do that, make sure you support Everybody's Records here in Cincinnati. If you can't get over to the store physically, you can check them out online at everybody'srecords.com. And obviously, if you don't have your book yet, you need to get your book. It's Boom Bap Review Volume 3. And if you don't have it, you can get it at boombapreview.com. In the room, as always, we have the one and only Iomas Morad. What's up, Iomas?
What's going on, brother Till? How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm good, and I'm glad we're revisiting Chicago with our guest
Yes,
tonight.
sir. Yes, sir.
We had some Chicago guests before the break, and now we're back with Chicago. So I'm excited.
I'm excited about this one. I'm super excited about this one.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And also in the room, as always, we got the one and only with the dope ass T-shirt. Profound is in the building. What's up, Profound?
What's good, Till? Io, what's happening?
What up?
I like that T-shirt, man.
I appreciate you, man. You know, got to rep. You know, the kids. I have to seclude myself because everybody is screaming to the top of their lungs right now.
But I got my daughter is like that right now. She's up and making noise. So
yeah, and ain't no school tomorrow. So everybody, they 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah,
ain't no school tomorrow. Oh, that's right. It's a walkout.
Yeah, word.
Oh, what? I ain't supposed to say that? My bad.
Right on. Well, I'm gonna throw it to you tonight to facilitate. So take it away, my friend.
Well, no doubt. As you know, with every guest, we always give them their roses. So for you, Taiwan, man, I don't know where to begin. I got so much admiration and respect for you. You just an amazing. Not only are you just an amazing hip hop artist, but you're just an amazing person. So I look up to you. I've learned so much from you. We went from peers to you becoming a teacher to me. So I got the utmost respect for you. The way you handle your business, you never like boast or brag about what you're doing. You just keep your head down and you keep working and you keep producing and you keep doing what you're doing, moving how Taiwan move. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody move like you. So, you know, and I just love the fact that you don't never withhold information when it comes to other artists, like how hip hop, and we're going to talk about that a little bit in the interview, but you never withhold information, even for me. Like if it wasn't for you, the City of Wind record that I just put out, it wouldn't have been done had it not been for you and your dedication to the project as much as my dedication to the project. So I just want to give you your roses while you can smell them. I got much love, much respect for you. I look up to you. I don't know what else to say, man. You just an amazing brother, man. And I'm glad to have you in my life. Glad to know you. I've learned so much from you, countless lessons that I learned from you. Just having conversations in your spot. And you just put me on to so much game. So I just want to say, man, much love and much respect. And I'm super glad that you're here. Thank you for taking the time to be on this platform, man. So there it is right there.
Man, that edification right there, boy. Whew.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you. Y'all hit him with that power word, that edification. That's a grown man word. Look that one up. That's what successful people do. They edify each other. No, I appreciate that, Io. I mean, we got legions of years in this thing, and we connected to this, and even Profound as well. I mean,
all day.
Starting off for Io, I mean, man, Joe, I'm trying to even date back when I don't know if we met on a train or Columbia or whatever, but we became lifeblood because of this thing called hip hop.
For sure.
And and we still here. So it's not about an outside perception. You know what I'm saying? Right. Our lifeblood is continuous and we stay connected. Even when we got distance and had space, we always rekindle. You know what I'm saying? And it's been 100 since day one. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Never was funny style. And then everybody got their own personalities and characters, and people respond accordingly based on their internal personal characters. Yeah. So, for all the talk of Io, the myth, the legend, the mystique, for all the talk of profound, until you meet these people directly and they energy and chemistry gel with you, you can't never say nothing about this man or this lady right here. So we've been 100 out the gate, yo.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
Both of y'all. I remember. I don't even know what Profound stayed, but I remember I seen Pro around the corner from my crib. I was riding my bike
on in Bronzeville.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was on 49th then. Yeah, that's what me and Jam was living together. Yeah. I mean, and Taiwan, man, just to co-sign what Ayo said, bro. Like, I remember meeting you and Pugs and everybody else. I want to say down at IIT. You know, like y'all used to do something. Y'all used to do that. Like, I used to see y'all some parties, whatever it was, man. Y'all let me get on the mic one night. And I remember, like, that's what and then we was cool ever since. But you know, I had to co-sign Io on that. Like, life is about energies, man, and your energy was always positive, and it was always genuine, and your energy was always the same, and it was always love, man, and bro, and I'll tip my hat to you as well. I haven't seen you in a minute, but man, you look just like I remember last. You know, like still on it. You still on it. That brother used that black African soap. You can tell, man.
Appreciate you,
man, for sure.
That's dope. That's beautiful, man.
No, that's what's up. And Till, man, I've been knowing you since like back in the day, yo. I mean, when we crossed paths, but it felt like it because the energy, the way that the communication and the gesture has been going, it's all respect out the gate. So I appreciate that because some people do come funny style, and we old enough to know what customer service, you know, one of my quotations, customer service feel like. So the way that you came with respect, it wasn't commanding, it wasn't, you didn't have any expectations, you didn't say it was like, man, peace. I would love to come out, you know, and chop it up with y'all, you know.
Dope.
So it's all good.
I'm glad
I want to come to Canada.
Yeah.
Once y'all open the doors.
It is. They open. It's open.
It's open?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was recent.
Yeah. Oh, they shut it down again?
Yeah, you know, ain't nobody at the Toronto Raptors games. They ain't letting no fans in there.
See what I'm saying?
But see,
because I was supposed to be out there when Corona happened. I was supposed to be out there that July. Remember, I told you I was coming up to the T-Dot.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, I remember. I have to check though, because I think the borders is open, but I think you got to be, of course, you got to be vaccinated.
Yep, you can't because Kyrie can't get in the country.
Yeah,
right.
That's the only thing. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. I mean, so the we always start with this question. So the first question is, what does Boom Bap mean to you, Taiwan? Like when you hear the word Boom Bap, what does that mean to you?
When I first think of Boom Bap, to be honest, it's synonymous with KRS-One. For me, out the gate, when I think of Boom Bap, I think of KRS. I mean, that question, you can ask me that question every era, and the answer might change because I feel like as I've grown and evolved, Boom Bap to me is grown and evolved. You got the roots of it, you know, but bottom line, I would say I'm a stickler for just them beats, them drums. Like I'm a drum head. Like on production, cats, you know, cats might dust me on the beats, but you ain't knocking me on drums. I promise you that. Any day of the week. You know, it's about the drums. Like the Boom Bap is for me is the core, it's the root of the joints. It's probably what the beacon that got me into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? When you think I started breakdancing in 84. So whatever was cracking in 84 was Boom Bap. You know what I'm saying? That's where it all started for me. So over time, you know, we all got to grow. Boom Bap got to grow. But it's always been about them drums for me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Straight up and down.
That sounds like Doug.
Yeah, dude. It sounds like
That's Doug. That's Doug and No ID. Tony Bangs.
That's my Virgo cousin.
Yeah. What Taiwan? You a Virgo, bro?
9-3. I ain't gonna say the year because I'm vintage.
Man, August 31st,
September
3rd.
3rd.
No wonder our energies gel. Oh man, that's what's up.
We're a special breed. We got Nas, Chappelle, Mike.
Nas.
You know,
man. See.
Wait, Mike is Virgo. I didn't know Mike was
Michael
Virgo.
Jackson. Oh yeah.
Oh, Michael
Him
Jackson.
and Pro is like him and Pro cousins.
I was thinking Jordan too. Almost.
Right, me too.
Nah, Jordan ain't really cut from this cloth. It's a different type of fabric. We kind of particular about things.
Yeah, for sure. My mom's is a Virgo. Yeah, my mother's. Oh,
see?
Yeah.
We don't say much, but when we say something, it's volumes to it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Facts.
Sure.
Facts.
So we all heard something that made us want to get involved in hip hop. For me, it was Straight Out the Jungle and Black is Black off the Jungle Brothers album. What did you hear that made you say, "This is what I want to do"? Like this, I gotta be involved with this in some shape, form, or fashion.
It wasn't even. I didn't gravitate towards rhyming first. Like I started off as a b-boy, and I started breaking in '84, and from there, I was doing graffiti, and then DJing, and then beatboxing, whatever. But rhyming was last for me. Like I was, as they say in New York, all city. I did every element, and primarily, I would say probably because coming from Chicago, everybody was hip hop. Like you were, I was gangbanging, and this was my alternative. Everybody from the South Side, West Side, East Side, I ain't gonna, up north, okay, a little. You might have did some dirt, but this was my positive outlet, so to speak, coming from the hood. And rhyming it was never the main focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we'll probably touch on that a little later, but
yeah, for sure.
I mean, for me, the influence was the body movement. I grew up doing martial arts all the so the movement and then the rhythm, and just the flexibility and just kind of being able to express yourself through sound and body moves. That's what a b-boying was for me, so that was my start. And then as far as if it was a soundtrack to that, I don't know. I mean, I do know my first record, 2 records. I got The Police, Zenyatta Madada, and I got Beat Street. So Beat Street and The Police was my first records on vinyl that I remember. So there we go with the drum.
Drums
the roots.
Again.
So you got Stewart. Was it Stewart? I'm thinking.
I forget the name, but that dude is cold. From Police, the drummer of the Police.
Drummer. But then look at where he was influenced.
Wow,
those are yard drums. Those is reggae influenced drums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, as a little kid, we didn't think beyond Chicago at the time.
Right.
So I had no idea of a place named Jamaica existed.
Right.
But I heard it vicariously through those drums from the Police.
Right.
Foreshadowing years later I'd be in Jamaica. But that's something else. And then making my own yard music. But that would, for me, that's the default. Beat Street and the Police. And I'm saying this now, and I'm hearing what I'm saying. It's like, that's what a good way to have a jump start. I never thought about it like that. It's crazy.
And it's crazy that you mentioned that, because like you like the only. It's rare that you have a hip hop artist that mastered all 4 elements. I would even say the 5 elements, which is knowledge itself. You mastered that too. So you started with breakdancing. So what was the next? what was the next phase from breakdancing? What was the next element that you got? And for those that's listening, the 5 elements of hip hop is DJing, graffiti, b-boying, MCing, and knowledge of self. So like, how did you like? So you started with like breakdancing or b-boying. So what did you get into after that, or like what was the progression with those elements, and what's your relationship to each element?
My relationship is one of love and admiration and a constant humility because I respect it. Like I'm always trying, pardon me, to excel, and it's not for outward gain. It's selfish. It's for personal gain. It's for peace.
Right.
You know, I strive and thrive to excel through the elements, just for personal glory. And that, you know, it is what it is. That's my relation. Like Cass had a relationship with the Most High. This is my relationship with hip hop. It's not for y'all. It's for me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm still alive. You know, I grew up on 95th. It's a lot of reasons why I shouldn't be here.
Exactly.
These elements kept me here and avoided me doing certain things that I shouldn't have did. So the progression was b-boying, of course, and then it went into graffiti, and then it went into DJing, then it went into and I never discredit beatbox because like I don't know if it was 88, you know, my rhyme name was Tommy T. You know what I'm saying?
I never knew that, bro.
Man, hey Joe.
That's dope, bro.
I used to love the Fat Boys. Cool. I was a Kool Moe D head. Like LL was my man, but Kool Moe D, it was a different flavor with Kool Moe D. So you know what I'm saying? I messed with Kool Moe D. So, you know, from there, you know, I really ain't really start rhyming to high school. And it was simply because everybody rhymed. Like I didn't care. I mean, we go to the parties. Once the B-boys there, we here. Right. You know, the MCs did it was very tactical. You could come in, you know, if you could hear what's happening behind the scenes, like if somebody was narrating, it's all these elements, but different subsects in it. The MCs doing their thing and they gearing up and they getting in their headspace. Right. The DJ that's on the stage or whatever, providing the sound, he getting in his space, he warming up. The graffiti heads, pockets full of whatever. They finna light up something at some point tonight.
We already know.
The B-boys, you know, we boom, finna, you know, sometimes you might stretch, sometimes you don't stretch. You thinking power moves and boom, 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 boom. So I'm from that.
Right.
Everything I do within this culture, that's the fuel of it. It's never changed. You know what I'm saying? So far as how I'm connected to it, I feel like, you know, it's that's my nucleus. And you can't. I seen a picture earlier, and it basically was a caption saying, "This is where hip hop has come from," and it showed old New York rundown, late 70s, whatever. You can't quite quantify or put a price tag as a commodity on what I'm saying, far as this is my fuel. You could pay me for it, but if you didn't pay me for it, wouldn't change.
Right. You still be doing it.
The efforts, the attempts, the failures, the successes, you still spitting in the wind every time. You know, so like I said, I'm, you know, jokingly, you know, I say we cut from a different cloth, but it's a lot of realness to that. You know, it's never artificial.
No doubt. Man, that's great. That's dope. That's dope. So you touched on it a bit, you know, already, but I just want to let's talk about the South Side of Chicago. Like, how would you describe your relationship to Chicago and specifically the South Side of Chicago? Like how would you define your relationship? Because I know we all from me and you both from the South Side of Chicago. I know my own affection with like the South Side, but I'm interested to hear like what's your relationship to how has Chicago and specifically the South Side of Chicago, how has that shaped you as an artist, as a man, as everything?
Well, I would say the way that my relationship with Chicago and how it shaped me, I absolutely love Chicago. I mean, I was born in Cook County Hospital. You know what I'm saying? It's
Me too,
you
bro.
know, I'm ultra
That's
black. I'm ultra
crazy.
black. You know what I'm saying? I'm black with no inhibitions about it,
Yeah.
straight up and down. But at the same time, it's a absolute love and it's absolute hate because it can be completely exhausting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Right.
Like, if you from here, there's plenty of times where you just like, I'm done. I'm out. You know, and if you've traveled, you go other places. If you from the crib, you know, if you can survive and thrive and keep your head above water, or at least see the skim of the water where the meniscus is, you can survive anywhere.
For sure.
And you in the T dot.
Yeah.
Coming from the South Side.
Same rules apply in my mind.
You know, I remember when I first went to LA, you know, Project Blow, you know, Lamert, you know, Compton, Watts, all of that. I'm a little dude from 95th. These is like gangsters is different out there. Like we got gang banging, they look like gangsters.
Right.
You know, so I'm from 95th, so I stay on my square. Like, man, hey, little homie, where you from, cuz? Man, I'm from the South Side of Chicago. My man looked me up and down. All right, that's what's up, cuz. And that's when I understood the volume from my city.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to London, and then you go overseas, and man, where you from? Chicago. We move different. But a lot of other places could say the same. New York could say it, LA could say it, ATL, Houston. You know, everybody's got their personality trait, their badge. But when you say Chicago, it's something infectious behind it. Because it says, or when you say I'm from the South, see, we specific, Teal.
Yeah, we specific, bro.
Yeah.
I'm from out west.
Yeah.
That means something different. If Profound say I'm from out west, and I say I'm from the South Side, we just said 2 books of information in 2 words.
Exactly.
You know, but it's, you know, I'm unapologetically black with it from the South Side because Chicago is a very segregated place, as the 2 of you guys know. You know, and you don't always get to intermingle with other cats. Like when I was growing up, you know, only white folks I saw was the police. Well, no white folks at school. I ain't seen no white folks till I was in high school.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And after that, college. So all of these early years, you're skewed. Your perception is skewed. It's already shaped for you, and you know, it is what it is. And then it's the way the city is, you know, sectioned off. The red, you know, the expressway, Dan Ryan. What is it? I don't know the numbers. 90, 94.
I-94.
Right. You basically, you could draw a line on the map, Till, and you could say this is the black neighborhood. These Mexicans. These white folks. This the other black neighborhood. Like we got Asians, and I don't, for anybody, you know, out here on the internet, I'm not a PC dude, so don't get it twisted. I'm from Chicago. We say things a little different, so don't be sensitive about it. But it's some Asians, it's some Mexicans, and you got other folks. You know, I'm not getting to all the demographics, but these sections,
those are the main ones.
These are the main ones, and cats don't really cross. You go up north, that's what white folks was. These are facts, and it wasn't by accident. This stuff was designed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This predates all of us.
Yeah.
That's up in here. So when you growing up in environments like that, you grow up with a different type of edge.
Mm.
You know, you always fighting for sanity because the streets is real out here, and you fighting for clarity to move through them. You know, you're in constant conflict in Chicago, and I don't want to say that, you know, shorthandedly, because it's a lot of love. I absolutely love Chicago, you know, but the perception that's projected a lot of times is negative, and there is a lot of conflict, but sometimes the conflict is internal because it's a lot of shit you got to deal with. You know, it's political bullshit. It's, you know, and your own internal, you know, you internalize everything from political to economic to spiritual. I mean, man,
education.
they not going to school.
That alone. Yeah, that alone.
Right now, the flex on the mayor, she locked all the teachers out of their Google systems. So when school shut down for COVID, you can go back to remote learning. But she locked everybody out the system. So kids was just at the crib, PlayStationed up.
Man.
And that's by design, bro.
That's by design.
So, bro.
We from a city where cats will flex that political arm.
Everything is against you if you black.
Yeah.
I ain't mean to keep talking.
Bro. But that's true. Because you know, both of y'all, I mean, y'all got some age, some years on me. So, but we've all seen the true monster.
Yeah.
You know, your kids haven't seen the true monster.
Not at all.
Our kids haven't seen the true monster.
Right.
So even as you raise these kids, you try not to handicap them, because I never sugarcoat it with mine, but I let them know the monster exists, even if they haven't seen it. You know, they haven't. It's a whole different era out here, man. We can probably talk for hours on all this. You know, we just building right now. I mean, it's and I hate to ever spill off the tangents, you know what I'm saying, and drift, but because I love to stay on point. But
nah, you good, bro.
It's a you can't paint these answers with a fine tip brush. It's very broad, because my interpretation is going to be different than IO's, which would be different than Profound's, but they have uniform similarities in it.
It's a common theme.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that more, and just by saying that, it just makes me think that one of the biggest things, and you said it, IO education, with so much conflict and not being educated enough to express yourself, that starts to dismantle you from the inside.
Yeah, for sure.
For one, not having the comfort to express. Two, not being able to articulate what you want to say and how you feel. Three, not having a resource to articulate it too. You know what I'm saying? It's wild out here, too.
Man, it's wild, Joe. Because I remember, like, when you talk about hearing you talk about like the education, it reminded me of that. It was the Oprah Winfrey episode on the Oprah Winfrey show when she went to two schools. She went to a school on the South Side, and she went to a school out in the suburb. I think it was like Naperville, and she showed the like differences between the two schools. And the school in Naperville was like, it looked like a university or college campus, the high school.
Right.
And then the school she went to on the South Side, the paint was peeling from the walls, the panels was missing. Like, it wasn't no water in the pool. You know what I'm saying? You go to the school in Naperville, it was like Olympic-sized pool. You should have seen their computer room compared to theirs. In the South, there was only like maybe 3 or 4 computers. And the keyboards, the pads was missing, like the K, M, the L, the N.
Ain't no letter M.
No, I'm like, yo, like that was crazy, bro. Like, I'm like, that's what it was. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the man. Thank you, man. So based off of that, like when we talk about South Side of Chicago, 2 things come to my mind that you were involved with, and that's the legendary Dr. Wax in Hyde Park and WHBK, the radio station, which you had involvement in both. You had the radio show CTA
CTA
Radio.
radio, no doubt.
You
And it's
started
still
that.
going on. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, you
yeah,
know,
no
CTA
doubt, no
radio.
doubt.
Shout
Yeah,
out to everybody who all the architects at WHBK, JP Chill, you
yeah,
know, Collapsa,
yeah,
Icebox, Chili Q, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But CTA radio, we started it, and it might have been 2000. It was before I went overseas. So yeah, it was like 2000. So it's been a
Yeah.
full 20-year run. You know,
Wow.
trophies for that. You know, congratulations. You know, straight up and down, because it's hard, because you got to think now. Even though, you know, it was me and Pugs at the root. Then we pulled Maxie in. Kaz was in for a stint. You know, it evolves. Everything evolves. One thing I think I say about relationships, it sound cold blooded. You know, I got a little tyrant in me. There's tyranny happening. You know, but it's real. It's an affectionate tyrant, but relationships, they all gonna end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the timeline of our relationship. I know it
Right.
starts and it will crest and it will end.
Yeah.
All I care about is the time while it's happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at a point, I left CTA radio, but it was never no bad vibes. I left the Wednesday and then I continued it with Saturday. It was like a add-on, addition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Pugs and Maxie still up there doing it. And part of me, it was bittersweet and now I'm not there no more because of politics.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
I give you that one. I don't play with
Yeah.
my social security number. That's what it is. I've had
Okay.
identity theft before. So it's at the University of Chicago.
Yeah.
So,
University of Chicago. Yeah.
it's a lot of things have happened up there, but if I'm tenured, you don't need my social.
Exactly.
I'm tenured. I'm vested.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah.
But I went and did the Saturday run because if I left, and I took it personal. If I stop, or for that matter, if CTA radio stopped, I always felt that piece of the culture, that underground tendril that spirals out, would die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that the door that JP Chill, kicked in,
Absolutely.
that we grabbed generationally through different hosts, Collapsar and beyond. If CTA radio stopped, it just cracks.
Yeah.
So, it still happens, and eventually it's going to stop, because that's just what happens.
Yeah.
But it's been some timeless moments and memories that has happened up there. Records have been broken, domestic and international.
Right.
Culture has always happened up there, and it's still continuing up there. Dr. Wax, the same thing. Culture.
Yeah.
If you ahead of a certain age, you got a Dr. Wax story.
Yeah.
On making a purchase. And it's not even, this is predates me being there. Like, I remember I bought Raekwon Cuban Links joint. It was raining. It was a beautiful day. It was raining. It was straight up super rainy. This one, Dr. Wax was on the lower level in the basement.
Okay.
And it was raining. It was August, and it was just like, went in there, boom, got the joint. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget when I bought AC Alone mic check 12-inch out of there.
Yeah.
I never forget when I was hosting the open mic outside Locomotion, and Common come out of, what was the joint called? Remember the food joints up there? It was like,
Oh yeah, what was it? Oh no, what you
Dixie
talking about
Kitchen.
too?
It was Dixie.
Yeah, Dixie
Common come out
Kitchen.
of Dixie
Yeah,
Kitchen and
yeah,
come
yeah,
down.
yeah.
And we in Harper Court. He just cipher.
Wow.
Timeless moments. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, Dr. Wax was the epicenter of everybody's music catalog.
Yeah.
On the South
For
Side.
sure. Yeah.
If you were in the know, you were in the know. And if you weren't in the know, you sought to find out how to know. So I attribute that to Randy, Charles, Dwayne.
Yeah.
You know, you got shout out Chris, you got shout out Kim. You know, it's a lot of Marcus was up there. You know, it's a legacy up there. I mean, after college, that was like that was my master's degree.
Yeah.
I got my master's. I got my PhD from Dr. Wax.
You sure did.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was sampling stuff. And see, it was such a pipeline. Because I think one thing that helped me and actually shape my contribution in my lane was the fact that we were getting lines from overseas. So I was up on overseas stuff before everybody.
Yeah.
So even on my first record, it's samples from records that was overseas. But when it come out over here, oh man, where you you ain't gonna find this.
Right.
No, at all. So I love Dr. Wax, man. It was one of the best places to be ever. You know, for me, it was an extension of the crib. Like, you know, I'm a young hip hop dude with all flaws when it came to, you know, blowing trees and chasing skins. You know, and the homies is coming through the store all day. I'm playing Rubber Room at volume 25 with the door open. That's a Tuesday for me. You know what I'm saying? It was great. I got to meet everybody, you know, that was serious and learning how to be serious and slowly on their way to not participating. I got to meet them all. I mean, you know, everybody not gonna make the cut doing this.
Facts.
You know, so and from that, I got to learn sales personalities. Like a lot of cats, when my record came out, I used to never tell cats it was me because I'm from the crib. We don't want you coming all up in our face. Check me out. This me. I'm straight. But if I'm like, yo, this cat from out here, man, this joint from overseas though, because you know my first record was an import, so it was $25 in 2001.
Yeah,
You dude from the crib, cha-ching. I still hustle. You know, don't get it twisted. You know, it's positive. You positively have to eat. How about that? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's real. Cats talk about money. Money should never be talked about because money is a given. You know what I'm saying? You know, food, clothing, and shelter.
Right.
They cost
12 jewels.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, without Dr. Wax, a lot of relationships internally and externally would not exist. Let's say, for example, I don't know, the whole neo soul movement. Chicago plugged that. Like Dwayne, you definitely got to attribute Dwayne to that. You know, you got like people like Zoe. I don't know if y'all familiar with Zoe. The Yazaraz, this independent artists thrived because of the existence of Dr. Wax. Even the local labels, you had All Natural, you had Moman, you had Chocolate Industries, you had Birthright, of course. Galapagos 4.
Galapagos 4,
I mean, Gravel Records. Yeah. I mean, for us, especially for me being there at the time, it was good for us, our class, to have one of us in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was kind of, I ain't gonna say like I was the, you know, the infiltrator or whatever, the planted seed. But if IO wanted to come check on his joints, or if Profound wanted to come check on his joints, there was no politics. Yo, who this? Pro? Oh, what up, Pro? Hey, do I got any CD? Man, you got like 4 CDs left. All right, for sure. I'm gonna come up there Saturday. Word.
It's just what it was. Just what it was.
That's it. My philosophy was always, even with HBK, my philosophy at HBK, and you know, some people felt some kind of way about it. This just how it was. If you from the crib, I'm gonna play your joint.
Yeah. Question.
Cause Cassie, man, what I gotta do to get played? Just bring it through. Yeah. Now, when you come, you're open to your vulnerability. We're gonna let you know if it's trash. Exactly. We're gonna let you know how to make it better.
Yep.
You know, and how to present yourself better. Because at that time, when HBK happened, I was already signed in Germany.
Yeah.
But I'm still learning as I go. But I knew a couple more steps than some others.
Yeah.
And as I was growing, I was sharing. And every time I grew, I shared. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I mean, man, Joe, I remember one year they flew me out to. I did New Year's in Paris with Camp Low. And I was by myself.
Wow.
But you do these things by yourself. It's lonely. If you're not sharing knowledge, you know, how you look with you the only one with jewels on. You know what I'm saying? You glistening. Everybody else in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? That never was me. I never cared about taking the L, because I never looked at L's as losses. They was just lessons. You know what I'm saying? I was never like, you can't beat me because I'm not playing the game. I've only ever been in competition with myself. And I've only ever been chasing peace. So like as in the age brackets we in now, man, Joe, I'm moving very comfortably because I got peace of mind. It's a whole different 40 plus is a different bracket.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If you know, and I hate to double back, but I remember the TV commercials or whatever, you know, Falcon Crest, you know, As the World Turns and all that stuff playing, you know, General Hospital. The commercials would be like, young black males is an endangered species out here in Chicago. We wasn't going to live to see past the age of 18. So I didn't have any dreams, goals, ambitions. I really didn't think I was going to be alive. Then I made it to 18.
Yeah,
then I made it to 21.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm 25. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm here. I have to do things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Dr. Wax was basically probably the best places I could be in order to learn, grow, and contribute to the culture. You know what I'm saying? I would think that the lasting impact, I'm humbled to be a part of that Knights of the Round Table with Charles and Randy and Dwayne and Kim and all of them, you know, for real. Those jerseys need to be hung up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Absolutely. How long was you there? How long was you working there?
I don't even know.
You was there for a minute, bro.
It was a minute because and let's go back to education again. Yeah. I worked at Dr. Wax. So I was like the hip hop buyer. So Randy and Charles, mainly Charles, he didn't want to deal with all y'all. I handled all the heads, but it taught me that side of the curtain. But then I worked at the distributor. I worked at Groove Distribution. You know, so let's say from I mean, man, I've had records since '84. Like, and it's not even to flex. I mean, it's records behind me. You know, it's It's thousands of records. I've always been
Wow.
around records, and that's just been food for me. You know what I'm saying? So through Dr. Wax, I got to see the retail side, and then also, you know, parts of the other side, of the secondary side of the distribution, because I was working at the distributor. Now I'm at the retail side. So okay, this record was shipped from this place to this retail store, packaged, goes out to the consumer. The whole, what they call it, what they say right now, they got broke because of Corona.
Supply chain.
Man, Joe,
Wow.
supply chain. I ate that daily. My whole timeline is a supply chain.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because I breakdancing, all the elements, record store, distributor, did the label, still doing the label, Culture Power, touring,
Yeah, we gonna get to that.
booking, the whole nine, photography, video, copyrights, the legal work, the paperwork. It's the supply chain. It's not something that's, you know, lauded and celebrated, but man, it's work. I don't it's not for the faint of heart, because there's a lot of work. There's a lot of 10,000 hours compounded to do this. But man, that's just what you do.
Yeah, no question. So I just want to take the time to shout out some of the people that's in the chat, like
It's
Marcus.
fools in here, man, Joe.
Yeah, Marcus always be on here. Shout out to Marcus.
Shout out Marcus. What up, though?
Seventh from Adam. You know what I mean? And Fifth, brother Fifth.
What up,
you know
Five?
One of the illest
Fifth
beat
Element
makers, producers. Yes, sir.
What up, Fifth?
What up, Fifth? Shout out Raj. Shout out Agent Smith. Yeah.
See, you know what? I want to. It's like I'm looking in the camera, like on TV. Agent Smith. Y'all see, I had busted Will Smith on him, Martin Lawrence on him real quick. Shout out to Agent Smith 78, because he just dropped a real one in the chat. He say, "Peace. I got a ton of stuff from Taiwan and Dwayne back in the day."
See,
Agent Smith knows the facts of what it really is. So
no doubt.
It's nothing else to say, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dr. Wax, no doubt.
So I have a question. You know, being I'm not from Chicago, I remember getting involved or getting really into all natural, Cap D and Iomas and Prime Meridian and all that. And then my man Alan Johnson, Overflow, introduced me to you and other MCs out the Birthright Records. Were those two camps kind of like doing your thing simultaneously? Would y'all see each other at shows? Did y'all do stuff together? What was the relationship like between those two camps? And
man,
like at the same time?
Interesting. It was interesting. I'm gonna let Taiwan speak on it.
You know what?
And to preface this question, the question comes because for me as an outsider, being from the Midwest but not from Chicago, to me those were like the two crews out of Chicago that are like, these are the hip hop crews in Chicago doing it right now, So I'm just curious about the relationship.
Before Taiwan speak, Fifth said it best. The shows was ground. We forward. Yeah. It was like if I saw Taiwan rocking, I'd be like, dang, he in the zone tonight. Like so you had to like come behind that. Or if I went before Taiwan, I know Taiwan was in the back, like, okay, I know what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like that. But I'll let Ty speak on it. Like
when you was in the moment, you had no idea what was to come. Like, and I say that because it's hindsight. Yeah. In the moment, we was in the moment. That shit was live. It was
for real.
All that. So I represent Nacro. You know what I'm saying? Nacro Bass crew.
Nacro Bass.
And at that time, the crew was super large. Let me say that first and foremost. Nacro Bass crew was super huge, but at the time, it was like it was us working five that was out here planting flags.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole crew, because we just celebrated. You know what I'm saying? It's on the wall. Y'all probably can't see it. We did a celebration 20-year anniversary and beyond show. So shout out to the whole squad. But at the time, it was a working five, and All Natural had their five. It was like, you know what I'm saying? back. Is Chicago's a sports city.
Yep.
We got a trophy in every soccer, football, baseball, basketball, trophies, rings. We got those. So it's infectious when it comes to our competitive nature. When it comes to MCing, we're not just MCing that competitive grit from the culture. It's also competition. Yeah. And as it was happening then, you just living in the moment. And I had no idea all of the stuff we did was shaping stuff I would do years later in the future. First of all, shout out to Tone B, because back then Tone would frustrate the hell out of me. But Tone is older than me. Once I caught up to Tone age, and like I said, I've been in this supply chain the whole time. Once I caught up to his age and steps in the supply chain, I really understood how he moved back then and why he moved back then. And it's like, man, respect. Tone told me one time I was avant-garde. Man, I gently unclenched my fist.
Wow.
That's how I felt.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Avant-garde. I ain't funny style. You know what I'm saying? I'm ahead. But he had knowledge to know that the stuff you doing ain't even for now. You'll be all right. Exactly. I was young. We all was young. All Natural and Nacro, you came to see a show. You never knew what was gonna happen. All you knew, it was gonna be intense. The beats was gonna be bumping. The rhymes was gonna be wicked, and you were gonna get a show. Like Ayo said, everybody was like, it was like matchups for basketball. Who the center? Who the point guard? Who the forward? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no bench. Ain't no bench.
Right.
Yeah.
This is fourth quarters plus 3 overtimes. That's how we approach the shows. You know what I'm saying? Ayo come, man, if you don't see the drums today, Ayo ain't got the drums. We only doing 2 overtimes. We only doing 1 overtime today. Ayo come with the drums. All right. We got the rest, But it was all love. I mean, my favorite spot ripping with all that squad was at Hot House. That was always, that was like Switzerland. Nights, man. You know what I'm saying? That was sacred ground, and anything could happen. And Infinito made sure certain things happen. I ain't even gonna go into all that, but it was fantastic because we were a little younger, us as Nacro. They were a little older and a little more seasoned. We were, and I don't want to say we were more into the streets, and not in a negative sense, just mean we was out active. We was bombing. Pugs was bombing. Man, you got in that 5, you got Pugs, Psalm, Kaz. Who I'm forgetting? Infinito and myself. So you looking at all those elements of the culture right there. Pugs destroying it on the graffiti and nicing it up on the mic. Kaz killing it on the graffiti and the mic. Infinito killing it, everything. Microphone. He a visual artist, painter, crazy. Song, just nuts. Finesse flow with it. And then me, I'm on there. When we was doing shows, this even goes beyond All Natural shows. Cass used to come to my crib. We used to practice for 3 hours. We'd do 30-minute sets, 3 hours straight. Wow. So whatever your vice was, I burn trees. I get super zooted, it'd probably be me and Kaz, whatever. Or Pugs, whatever. I mean, we grown. That's what happened. It's like drink champs, no drinks. But we'll get lit. And my philosophy was, if you can kill it like this now, whatever happens at the show, you still focus, you still laser, you still on point. Because you might see your peoples, we had Sub T. Sub T had the Killer Long Islands, $7. Yo, let me get I'm not even a drinker. Kaz had me on Long Islands. I'm like, dude, what's this Gatorade? This is powerful punch. You know what I'm saying? But I still got to get up here and articulate these joints and represent. And you coming from the crib, You listen, Till. You're not finna get booed at the crib ever.
Oh no.
If you get booed, you stop. Don't do this no more. Ever. None of us have been booed on the planet.
Facts.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Dope.
That's coming from the crib.
Yeah.
Certain things we don't allow. And if you feel it getting funny, you know how to adjust and get into the psychology of it and get it in. That's what those all natural shows and necro shows were. We were testing the waters, we were smacking the waters, we was throwing fists, lyrical jabs. It was intense. And it was some of the sharpest cats you seen, because it wasn't just about rhyming. See, the thing is, in Chicago, you know, let's say for instance like Juice. Cats used to discredit Juice because Juice, he killing on the freestyle. But they didn't really hear his songs. Juice had joints.
Yeah, Juice had joints, man. For real.
The reason why our market, because we from the Midwest, and see, this is it's all, it goes back again to politics. We from the Midwest. We're not an export city. We import products. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats that made it from out here to really get their stick, they had to leave. Or they did leave because they've known that to be a working formula.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this predates hip hop. This Chess Records, Mercury Records. This is not just rap culture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we migrated from the South. I can get historical context on you. We coming from the South on railroad trains. This was a hub for the Underground Railroad.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were imported here. You know what I'm saying? We don't really export much. So
Curtis Mayfield, Fifth said.
See what I'm saying? It's, man,
Buddy
Five
Guy.
know it. You know, Curtis Mayfield had a label. Curtum. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Fifth Curtum.
Curtis Shaka.
See what I'm saying? Buddy Guy. Man,
you know who Buddy Guy's daughter
Shaka.
is?
Shauna,
man, hey, my
Shauna.
uncle used to kick it with Shaka Khan, man. She used to be in
wow.
Park, low key.
Wow.
Shaka Khan probably could have been my auntie.
Yes, we're talking about Fifth
I've been
Element.
kicking it with Rufus. What up, Rufus? You know.
I wanted to rewind a little bit about you know, the shows that y'all were doing. I like what Fifth Element said, and it kind of feels like this is kind of what you were saying. Everybody was friendly until it was showtime. Especially at the Metro.
And the crazy thing about that is because Fifth, me and Fifth been day one since day zero. Shout out Frontline crew. But Fifth was Fifth was flipping flags. Fifth wore multiple.
We gotta get Fifth on the show. We gotta get Fifth.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's make that happen.
Yeah, we gotta get Fifth on the show. For real. He next.
Fifth, you know what? Fifth represented all day. Like there's no DJ like Fifth. Straight up and down. Fifth is your go-to. I'm in the jam. I need to shut it down. Who can you call? Fifth.
He come out that sound booth with. He come out that phone booth with records.
Fifth was the sound provider. Fifth was the all-natural sound provider, and I'm trying to think of all the cast of characters. If it wasn't Tone, and it's not to knock Tone, Tone couldn't do what Fifth did.
No, not at all.
Tone wasn't. Now Fifth used to pull off his shirt and pull the belly out. Tone's not gonna do that.
Right? That's what. Wait. What did Fifth call that? That's what he was being the dude from what was his alter ego?
That wasn't David Ruffin, was it? That was David Ruffin.
When Fifth told me that, he's like, I'm doing my David Ruffin.
Hey, Fifth will bring his grandma. Wait, what he finna say? Yeah, there you go.
Dave Ruffin.
Right. That's the Dave Ruffin. But see, Tone couldn't do what Fifth did. Tone couldn't bring what Fifth brought. Yeah, exactly. Fifth was y'all sound designer. He kept time. Like, you know how a drummer keeps time for the band? Fifth kept time. Fifth was the musical director on the set. He knew everybody's joints. He knew the Twins joints. He knew Daily Planet joints. He knew IO joints. He knew Rita joints. He knew Cap and Dave joints. Who else? He knew Greenweed's joints.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fifth is an all-star.
And he a coach. When it comes to shows, he know what to play. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But see, the beautiful part about that, the crazy part about that though, Fifth is my peoples.
Exactly.
Fifth was on y'all side. So we have to come in there, we chop it up, shake it up with Fifth, and be like, we finna light y'all up though. Because you know, we didn't really have a DJ with us. Our DJ, I'm not finna be behind here. I need to be in front of this mic, lighting it up. I over there doing things. You know what I'm saying? Kept doing stuff. I can't. Ain't no microphone immediately. 1,000 cc's of bars.
Exactly.
You know, so you know what I'm saying? Fifth is the people's, but that's what it was, man. The shows were phenomenal. You know.
Yeah, man.
They definitely phenomenal. I wish you could have seen them in their glory, Till.
Yeah, I wish.
Too bad. Too bad, and it's a good thing. I guess for posterity's sake, it would have been nice to have stuff recorded. But some of the best moments in life, you can't put them in a bottle. Yeah. You just gotta have the memories, and like we sharing things now. Like if we seen the footage, it could never fully bring you there as the memories we have of being there. Because at that time, we were all in print magazine. We were in print. We were in newspaper. Yeah. We were in print. I was Herb Next 100. We was in Chicago Tribune, Chicago Reader, Chicago Sun-Times. These are these. You go get the microfiche. Oh, you go look it up. Because, and I say this jokingly, but when we all gone and our flesh is fully dissolved, there's proof that we existed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad you said that.
Before there was a digital chronicle of what's going on, before internet buzz, no, we were here in analog times. Like, and I say this a lot to cats. Our bracket, Till, your bracket, because I see the salt and pepper. You know, I don't need HD to see that. But our bracket is the only bracket that's had an analog childhood and a digital adulthood. That will never happen again, ever. Right. That's evolution right there. So the cloth again, the cloth we cut from, it's a very delicate fabric. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, telling you, man, we just building, y'all.
Yeah, we just building. We just building, man. So I want to just like kind of get into your discography. And the first question that I got is Thaione Davis, aka Dave Galaxy. Where does the name come from? Like where does both? Like where does Thaione Davis? Let's start with Thaione Davis. Like where does that name come from?
It don't, you know, in Webster's dictionary, it don't mean nothing. I'm in the Thai restaurant. I'm still a graffiti head. I'm waiting on my food. I'm in the Thai restaurant. I'm in Thai 55. Matter of fact.
Okay.
You know, I'm in Hyde Park. I'm waiting on my joints. I'm waiting on some Posse U for those who are interested. Flavorful deliciousness. You know, with the fat noodles. You know. So I'm waiting on shout out to my man Race. That's Race.
Yeah, hey, shout Race.
Salute to Race. That's a look in the camera. Shout Race. You out, Race. Bing, bing, bing.
Bannon.
So, yes, absolutely.
Oh man, what a Race! What's happening, man?
Big Race, boy.
Oh man, yeah.
So I'm on by myself. I'm just in the joint, waiting on my food. I got napkins. I'm sketching. I wrote Thai, Thai. It's fresh. You know, when you're doing graffiti, you might have back in the day, you might have wrote like a C with a circle, copyright. You might wrote a 1, like I got a cramp. Oh shit, this is in real time. But we worked it out. All right, it's cool. Stay chisel. So, right, you might write a C for copyright, claiming it's yours. You might write ER. You might write 1, some kind of tick mark to accent that it was yours. So I wrote Thai, and then instead of writing 1, I wrote O-N-E.
Okay.
And then, the style was looking fresh. I put it all together, and I'm like, okay, word. Then I just, like, oh, Taiwan, boom, 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 Taiwan. Oh, that's kind of fresh. Took it. It's not going in Webster, but it looked fresh. 7-letter character. I'm in there. Good, strong letters, because it's still art. So I got good, solid letter placements. I could nice it up. I never really did graffiti with my rhyme name because, you ain't catching me. A lot of stuff I do. I got a lot of aliases. But so I wrote Taiwan. We at Sub T. Now, for those who don't know, Sub T, for me, I wasn't privy to the whole Lit X era and Blue Gargoyle, just because of age restrictions, you know what I'm saying? But Sub T, that's where I cut my teeth at. You know what I'm saying? Me and Kaz was up there. All of us was up there. And I done stole so many microphones out of Sub T, Shure 58. Shout out to Will, the old engineer. That was my man. But one time we was ripping it. We killed it so hard. And we always, you ribbing with each other. You cracking jokes. Kaz said something. Davis, Mr. Davis. And then after the show, somebody came up to me and was like, Mr. Davis. Kaz said something Davis, Taione Davis. And then somebody came to me was like, yo, Mr. Davis, boom, boom, boom. I'm slanging CDs or whatever. So the Davis part stuck. So there you got Taione Davis. Dave Galaxy come from, that's my attitude. What I'm saying? That's just, if I was to personify how the fuck I feel, that's how I feel. Ultimately, Dave Galaxy, flexing on them any day of the week. Talk my shit when I feel like it. But I'm humble. But I'll smash you. You know what I'm saying? And then, because, shout out to Cap D and Prime Meridian. Now, shout out to Race. Simeon and Tree went to U of I. When I was in high school, I had, and this, I know we took a curve, Teal. I'm coming back.
No, you good. You good.
Good.
I was in high school. They was, I'm a student of the study, and I respect the culture. So I respect my architects, even when we become peers, and sometimes you excel past your peers. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you still not peers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Jordan and Magic, Jordan and Jordan and everybody. Jordan and Kobe. At times Kobe was better than Jordan. Once you a GOAT, you a GOAT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. You don't be, you a lesser GOAT. No, I'm still a GOAT. I still climb rocks. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mountain GOAT.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But Simeon and them was at U of I. I was in high school. I had the Greenwich record, the cassette, matter of fact, and I had the record in high school. Then I get to U of I. They down there. They was the first dudes that kind of made me think about overseas, because I know they went to Bordeaux, and I knew French. So I'm like, okay, boom. Cap and Tone, they went overseas.
Yeah,
I had never. I'm from 95th. When Common say the line, I find it hard
That's my man.
To imagine that he ain't been past downtown.
I couldn't imagine that he had
Respiration.
Yes.
Yeah, respiration. Yeah.
That's us. That has more about. He don't even have to say nothing else on that joint, because you barely was going to downtown. Downtown wasn't this magnificent metropolis in the 80s like it is now. It wasn't so inviting. You might get stuck downtown.
Man,
you go down Franklin and Wells and Chicago Avenue by YMCA on State. Yeah. It was a dojo up there. I did, some martial arts up there. But I digress. They went overseas, and that planted the seed for me. And eventually, I went overseas. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the whole Prime Meridian crew. You know what I'm saying, for always keeping me on my toes and just keeping that energy. They be fueling me a lot that they don't even realize. You know, I always got much respect for them cats.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No
That's
doubt.
dope.
So I'm gonna pass it over for like discussion around lyrics. I'm gonna pass it to Profound.
The beats
You
and the
got something, Pro?
bars.
Man, actually, no. I mean, you know, we got the brother on the show, man. I'm just excited to see this brother, man, and be able to build. Um, I didn't have, you know, I usually have like direct questions about lyrics, but I don't. But I'm a freestyle and hit you with one anyway. Um,
He froze.
what is your favorite hip hop song to go to when you want to get in that mode of I'm writing straight bars, but so, you know, sometimes I might listen to something else. I might put Deep Rooted on. I might listen to something. What's your go to? Like, all right, I need to be in this mindset.
Man, you know what? And first of all, I'm so glad. I'm just thinking I got joints with both of y'all. Matter of fact, all three of us is on the same joint that I produced.
Yep.
The middleman.
Middleman. Yep.
Oh man, word.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yep.
you know, flowers for that. You know what I'm saying? If it was
Yep.
Nori, we'd be doing tiger shots. But for that, man, it's wavy, man. I mean, I'm seasonal. I'm stylistic. I might play the Jizza. I might play Liquid Swords for 2 months straight. And I typically, this sound crazy. In the wintertime, I play like December, Liquid Swords. Don't play with me. While it's cold outside, I only want to hear Liquid Swords. You know, I might run Gangstar 6 weeks between Hard to Earn and you know, the other joint, the one right before that. But then I might style out. I might want to play AC Alone because I got a lot of West Coast influence. I might play Mic Check. I got Breath Control because of AC Alone and Pharoah Monch. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really dissect all my layers and just dice it up, you'll be like, man, I can pull all the influence from this dude, but he don't sound like nobody he was influenced by. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm on a Nas run, bro. Okay. I've been getting chiseled to Nas Magic since it came out.
Yeah, me too.
You know, when I want to get refined and when I want to be on my Galaxy shit, I'm running Black Thought, Streams of Thought 1 through 3. Thought versus everybody.
Yeah.
Today. So it's very seasonal. I mean, I got a large collection as most of us do. The fact that the access that we have is instant. Anything I feel, whether it's old or new or undiscovered, I can go tune in. I can hit the discover button. I could go in the crate, or it could be current. You know what I'm saying? Or I could just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just make something. I don't need influence at this point. That sounds really cocky, but it's expression at the end of the day. How do I feel? You might need influence to express the style of what you're feeling, but I don't need influence to express myself. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I get in there and I'm a fast writer. You know
Man, he a fast writer, bro. Like, dude, he be done in like 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Like, dang, you done? Like, I'm done, bro. He on to the next thing. Like, dang, bro.
But then sometimes I it's the Virgo shit. It's the perfectionist shit. Like, I got a lot of projects that's probably as much catalog that's public is probably as much catalog as on these drives, 14 terabytes. worth of stuff, scattered around. And it's like I said earlier, it's not for y'all. I want to say y'all, I mean, it's for me.
Man.
It's my personal, these are my conversations with God. Thanks for eavesdropping. You know what I'm saying? It's
cool.
It wasn't really for y'all, but I appreciate, all the ears. So I can be self-destructive. I make projects. When I first really started making beats, shout out to G Field from Mass Hysteria, because I was still in Princeton Park. While I was making beats, shout out to Torian Raceland. You know what I'm saying? Decadura's Buck Crew. Shout out to SC. Shout out to my crib. Shout out to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But when I got my MP, I didn't know how to save the beats. So I was just making beats. And G Field came through. He came to Princeton Park. Not many cats came to Princeton Park. Shout out to GQ. GQ used to come to Princeton Park. And G Field showed me how to save. I'm talking, man, I'm on, man, I'm probably on sequence 35 to 40 about time, or a song 40 about time G Field showed me how to save my joints and then save it across discs. But we used to go in Guitar Center and Sam Ash just make beats and then cold beats and then just kill them. And for me, it was a discipline. Even to this day, I still knock out joints and bang out drums because I done lost 1,000 beats on floppy disk. So I don't have this emotional attachment to, I know everything gonna die. Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? So I can't be tweaking off of beats all the time or rhymes. I done lost albums worth of lyrics. Y'all all done lost composition notebooks.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't write twice. I only write once to the beat. You know what I'm saying? I have my own person. This is behind the curtain, y'all. So this is stuff y'all don't get to see. I'm very, very tactical. Like, it's not accidental, the things that I do, straight up and down. Like Kaz will tell you, I don't use the same percussion. I don't use the same hi-hats at all. Period. I don't use the same drums at all. And I've been producing publicly for over 20 years. You're not going to find the same hi-hats. It might be tweaked. It might be a different frequency. It might be a different hertz. You know what I'm saying? It might be 44.1. It might be 22. It might be 3K pitch. It might be notched at, 80 dB. Who knows? At 80 hertz. This is the nerd stuff talking. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very, I guess, frantic. You could say it's chaotic, but and again, it's not for y'all. It's for me. I'm in conflict with myself, and this is my playground and battle zone. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate cats listening, but sometimes I'll just go dark on a motherfucker. That's Virgo shit. Perono. Hey, lights out. We going dark. I ain't seen him in about months. He's all right. He's just off the grid. And it ain't nothing personal. It's for, and more people, always have somebody when you do go dark that at least chime in with a couple cats. I always chime in with Race, in particular, Race and Kaz. But man, Joe, the conflict that I was talking about earlier, there's no day you get a day off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man in America. Every day.
Yeah.
I'm a black man online. I'm a black man in the real world and in the virtual world. There are no days off. Period. If I publicly type a stance in the virtual world, I will always be judged by the timeline of these thoughts. If I walk outside, I'll be judged by the timeline of my physical appearance. There are no days off. So you kind of gotta, and I know I probably hit the brakes and went all the way left on y'all. My bad.
Nah, you
But,
good. You good, bro.
you know what I'm saying? We don't get these platforms to just, man, open the dump truck. Like, let's build. Like, how often do cats get to build genuinely and sincerely, and it ain't nothing? You know, we just build.
Let's say shout out to Rashid Hadid, man, tuning in.
Oh yeah, Rashid,
another legend in Chicago. Man, much salute to Rashid Hadid, man.
That's my ace right there.
Out there, Rashid.
Look at Diesel. What up, Diesel? I'm gonna look in the camera. What up, Diesel?
Speaking of like, go ahead, Ty.
No, I'm just saying, everybody I mess with, man. I don't 50% mess with cats. I don't 85. If I mess with you, it's, man, I didn't bled. Yep. I didn't bled for a lot of y'all. And y'all know. And I don't say nothing. That's because I mess with y'all.
Yeah, no doubt.
It ain't nothing to even talk about, because man, we need community. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Sometimes some person winning, sometimes some person losing. Man, we gotta have, that's balance. The hardest thing for me, you know, I ain't got no, and we ain't even gonna go into the zero story, but cats from where we come from where I'm from, ain't no balance. You know what I'm saying? It's so if I can find balance or help balance, I'm obliged to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not for a trophy. You know, like I genuinely have always wanted to see the people that I elbow up with, that I link with, win. And you know, I don't want none of your success. If you sprinkle some glitter and give me some of your success, that's cool. But I want to see you win.
Yeah. Right. You know, and that's the one thing I love. That's the one thing I love about you, man. Like I said when I was giving you your roses early, like you don't withhold no information. Like even when it came to my camera, I'll tell you a quick story. I went back home to Chicago, and we was like shooting some stuff with D Jackson. Shout out D Jackson. And I was just talking to Taiwan in between us, like shooting, and I was telling him about my camera. He's like, "Nah, what you need is this." Like, and he was just breaking it down. Then he was just showing me how the camera worked before I even got the camera. Like stuff like that. With hip hop being so competitive, you got a lot of brothers that withhold information. But Taiwan is not that person. Like, if you want to learn how to MP, he go tell you, like, this is how you do it. This is how I run it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a rare trait that's missing in the culture. And I just got so much respect for him for that. I just want to shout out Ian Charles, who just signed in and said still here. Had his 12-year anniversary in 2021. So still here.
Oh man, that's what, man, Joe. Man, that's what's up. I didn't know that, but now I know. Man, shout out to Ian. Where Ian at? Hey, Ian, shoot my man your info, and I'm gonna get something out to you personally. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You know, I don't know if you got vinyl. I don't know if you got the Still Here vinyl, but I'm gonna send you the Still Here 10-year anniversary vinyl. It's double vinyl. It's got IO on there, you know. So big up to Ian for tuning in with us tonight.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Man,
Thanks for that.
Ty, fellas, I'm gonna have to dip. But Ty, you know I'm gonna be at you, bro. I know your math is probably still the same. I'm gonna get at you. I didn't realize I still had your number in my contact.
My number been the same since 1999, yo.
Yeah, see, that's what it is, man. But brother, man, good to see you. And tell the IO, y'all keep it up, man. I'll get at y'all in a little bit.
Peace, fam.
Peace,
peace. But yeah, so yeah, we almost. I want to be respectful of your time. We almost there. We got a few more questions and then.
It's all good, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. You know, Happy New Year, everybody. We ain't even doing right. You know, bust off a flip if you got one. Go ahead, Teal.
So it's like so thinking about your albums, doing my research, and this probably wrong, but you have released a total of 12 albums. It's probably more than that, right? It's probably way more than that, right? Is that about right?
It's like 15, but
okay, that's what I thought.
Some stuff was only if you caught me live. Like some stuff is tour stuff. You know, I had got frustrated at a point with digital things because, you know, as an artist, you know, I know I'm great at math. You know what I'm saying? I know numbers, you know. So when you want to quantify 0.0058 cent versus and how many thousandths of a dollar should I get versus I could sell one CD, or better yet, I could sell one record for $25. How long does it take $25 to equal XYZ streams? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of after Donald Mayhem Skywriters record, that was my last. Another cramp.
Oh no!
This shit is real.
Use those legs, man.
All right, we back, ladies and gentlemen. Commercial break. No, but after the Mayhem album came out, that was when I was like, you know what? Taking a break from this digital shits. And I had to relearn because it's a new medium, you know. Like I said before, we from analog, now we in full-fledged adult digitalness. It's not going anywhere. I'm curious to what's the next iteration of digitalness, where it's metaverse, the meta world, you know what I'm saying? Cats is buying virtual real estate joints for 6 figures.
It's crazy.
So maybe that's the new iteration. Who knows? But at the time, it was bittersweet. I put out the Mayhem joint. I knew I was moving to a new crib, so I knew I was shutting down the studio. And this was the first time I had not been in for 15 years straight. I had been in the studio every single day. And I knew when I was moving, the lab would be down, you know, under construction. And when I moved, you know, I wanted to make sure the family was good. So I left the lab shut down for almost a year to make sure my family got adjusted to the new location and everything was smooth. And then I built a whole new studio, and I took the pros and cons from my other lab and put them in this new lab. And, you know, I'm satisfied. Everything works well. But with that, I didn't want to put out no digital joints. I only wanted to do physical. So Culture Power, and me and Infinito, we A-alikes. We got a lot of same ambitions and unlike ambitions. But Culture Power is definitely a line that we always was able to see things clear on. And with Culture Power, it's only physical products. So it might be cassettes, but primarily it's vinyl. You know, and I think it's definitely 3 years, but a little over 3 years. We didn't probably put out like 50 records.
Oh wow.
And this is super independent.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not it took me a while to wane back into digitalness because, you know, I have digital distribution. You know, I have thorough digital distribution. I don't capitalize on it like I should because I'm stubborn in my way. I'm still a tyrant, you know, at times. But, you know, and shout out to Race because he always keeps up with the code. And, you know, he'll keep me in tune. He'll probably don't even know. Sometimes just, I think with the digital things, I had to comfortably learn how to approach it where it didn't bother me and it made sense. Like monetize it where I don't feel funny about it. Because I could go make money anywhere, anytime. We all can. But all money ain't good money. For me. Some people, all money is all good. I feel you, but all money ain't good money for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little more comfortable doing digital things. I just had to adjust my approach on how to do it. So the stuff that you might have found, that was stuff that you could possibly find digital, but this is way more stuff that's physical only. Cassettes, records, CDs, beat tapes. It's a gang of shit out there, you know, that's floating around. You know, so
for real.
That's dope.
you know.
Yeah, wanna shout out Callaway. You said he was gonna stand up. Didn't even know Taiwan was gonna be on tonight. It was actually rotating situation Renaissance. This is dope to see. So yeah,
shout out to Don Callaway. You know what?
Dope.
Don Callaway and Ian, listen. Send my man your info, and I'm gonna get this Still Here vinyl to y'all. Just for vibing with us tonight.
No doubt.
We cutting prices in half. We cutting them by 1,000%. It's no percent. Shouting you out. I'm gonna send you to the joint. So if you are a frequent guest, you know, a frequent tuner, you know, tune in. I mean, send your info to Till, Ian, and Callaway, and I'm gonna get something out to you next week. I appreciate y'all.
Pulling the Oprah, and you get a vinyl, and you get a vinyl,
and you
get a vinyl.
You know what?
Exactly.
Everybody that tuned in tonight, because I'm feeling fantastic. I'm Black Oprah tonight. I mean, she black though, but you know. You know, you know what it is.
I already know, bro.
No, it's you know, sometimes we just gotta, you know, shine light and encourage each other, man. Because cats be feeling, you know, Ian might have had a bad day today. Callaway might have had a bad day.
Yeah.
This might have been boom, man. You know what? I'm feeling funny style. Let me tune in to Teal and IO and Pro. Oh man, Taiwan on there. I'm just a regular dude. It's no difference between me and other cats. And I've always tried to keep that separation. Like, you can do what I do. You can't beat me because I'm gonna outwork you. But you can do what I do. You know, so it's never no difference. But man, Ian and Callaway might not have been feeling good. Boom, here go a record for you. Hope that make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? Shout you out.
That's love. So as we come into a close, I know you talked about like community a little bit, but I just wanted to like, who would you say is like, because I was having a conversation with my guy Ron, my brother Ron. Shout out to Ron and the D.
Shout out to Detroit.
And he was just basically saying, how he has like a core. He has his core people. He got inner circle people, then outer circle people. And I never even thought about that relationship to like community or, you know, relationships with people. So who would you say are like your core? Who is your like core community, your inner circle community? And I'm not gonna don't even deal with the outer, because I know you like me, you only deal with core and inner. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no outers. So like, what would you say? Who would you say is like your inner community, and who is your like inner circle community?
Man, I mean, to be honest, my inner circle and my outer circle, they blur. The lines blur. You know.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
They interchange. Because at everybody's best day, they're both, you know, but everybody not always on their best day. So sometimes they core, sometimes they inner. They steal the circle. You know what I'm saying? I truncated my circle over the years because I needed to assess the value, you know, that the circle brings to me. If I don't, circles can be selfish. I mean, the term circle is a selfish term. Circle is a definitive form. It's a singular form. 360 degrees. It's mine. It's I. It's self.
Wow.
So
yes.
Who I contain inside this circle has to attribute to I self. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's selfish, but it's for self-preservation. It's for self-benefit. You know what I'm saying? It's not for self to take from self can't take from the circle. If you're in the circle, I can't take from you for personal gain. I can take in a negative way. I can only take for positive gain. You know what I'm saying? Pro just shouted me out. Shout out to Pro. So you got Race, you got Hadi, you got Kaz, you got Io. I mean, there's the list is long and it's strong. I can't shout everybody out. You know, you know, I got my wife, I got my kids. You know, I got it's. You know, I've never been a ultimate name dude because I know a lot of cats. I mess with a lot of cats. I don't mess with everybody all the time, but I always mess with them. If you feel me, when it's time to mess with them, I mess with them because they might not be in their season right now. You know what I'm saying? Our seasons might not match. I work on myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm very disciplined. Man, Joe, like I make challenges for myself that's, you know, very daunting for the average person just because I can. Because sometimes I need to challenge myself and pull myself out of my skin just to see if I, you know, can do it. Like, I mean, physical challenges, mental challenges, you know, it was a time. I mean, man, Kaz will tell you I'm coming off a stretch. We was doing like 1,000 push-ups a day.
Whoa. Oh wow.
Just because. Huh? Yeah, I mean, and it's, you know, it's not for no trophies or to flex on nobody. It's saying, okay, self, how can I break you down and make you disciplined? Let me give you a challenge. I didn't say 1,000 at a time. See, the thing is, when people make goals and circles, we got to be able to dissect stuff immediately. I'm good at troubleshooting. I can look at a task and make an exploded view of it immediately. That's just how I process. I see your face value, but I got that, I can see behind the curtain. So it's like, okay, let's say, for example, the 1,000 push-ups. That's the goal. It's 24 hours in a day.
Right.
As long as you do 1,000, you've completed the goal. You might bust 100. Right. If you did 100 every 10 hours, there's your 1,000. Walk away. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the circle, man. Is I know I got knowledge. I know I've got knowledge to keep gaining. At this point in life, I like to try to challenge and stimulate my peers because I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody achieve the version of the success that they trying to go after. Everybody's definition of success ain't the same. Like, people define a degree of success for you externally, and they don't even know you. People look at me and think I should be, man, you should be, but I might not want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Because lately,
it's a lot that come with that.
It's a lot that come with that. Even doing this music stuff, you know, you live in multiple lives. Some people they're so transparent with their music. Their music is their life. To a degree, can it really be though? There's always going to be a fine line. But then, I know it was a conversation. I was like, man, I said everything I set out to say on the mic. So I had to reassess and say, well, what do I want to say now? I'm not finna force nothing. Right. I mean, I could spit off the top any day of the week, but if I'm making a composition to leave you, to add to the legacy, it's got to have some meat on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's gotta be potent. And a lot of times, if you listen to rap music, we saying the same thing over and over again. And I don't say that in a bad way. We modify how we say it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It sounds different eras. It sounds
it can sound redundant at times.
It's tasteful. Times. It can be tastefully done though. It can be tasteful redundancy because it's stuff that was said by Houdini that was probably just said by it ain't really no two-man duos out now.
Right.
So I guess that's a bad example. But it's something that was said in 84, that was said in 2004.
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna be said in 2024. And all it is just word placement.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's the same tone. So a lot of times we're saying the same things, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I needed to reassess and say, okay, I said what I set out to say. If I'm gonna say some more things, or when I say some more things, I want to restructure how I'm saying it. Or I might say, okay, you know what? This just we're, like I said earlier, we evolve. We seasonal. You know what I'm saying? This year might be just a style year. We just gonna do all style raps. Or we might just do concept raps. Like my man on Super Sounds. You know, this is cats out the bag. My man C. Gills, he got a record. He did a record called Schisma. Really dope. Y'all have to check him out. But he got a project coming out called The Wager. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna let too much out, but the joint that he wanted me on is a full concept. It's a full thing, you know, so it's personification. So it's like the coldest MCs to me always understood, aside from the raw MCs, you got raw motherfuckers out there. They get trophies. But then you got cats that understand alliteration and sonnets and all these different styles. I mean, we speak in English, so if these are principles of English, let me break them down and put some hip hop in it. You know what I'm saying? And flip it. You got stuff that, let's say, for instance, when Nas did If I Had a Gun, If I Was a Gun, or when Pharoah Monch did Straight Bullet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, straight.
So it's like, let's take these things. Sometimes you might say, okay, I'm on this wave right now. I'm on a conceptual wave. I'm on a style wave. I'm on a content wave. Shit is happening out in the streets and out in the world. I'm on a addressing issues wave. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they was addressing issues in 84. They was doing style in 84.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just evolving, man. And then you'll never be the same person you was. I'm not the same dude I was last year, because I'm still pushing. I'm not the same dude I was 10 years ago when Still Here came out. You know, 12 years according to my man. You know. Shout out to Diesel if you listening. Still Here Part 2. But that's another, you know. I'm looking at you, Diesel.
Yeah, that's I was surprised that you would use the word. I was having a conversation with
NSA shut you down, yo. I didn't even.
It was
NSA shut down that word. I didn't even hear what you said.
Can you hear me?
I got you.
Oh yeah, so I was having a conversation. I was having a conversation with a guy. I was involved in the conversation. It was like old school and new school, and the new school artist basically, and like, you know, we have to evolve. And then the old school artist basically said we need to be careful with how we use the word evolve, because what are we evolving into? So he's like, I feel like the better word to use is grow. Like we're growing. You know what I'm saying? Constantly. Like, what are we growing into? So how do you feel about that statement? Just real quick.
I think it's two sides of the.
Three more questions left.
Yeah, I keep it brief. I think it's two sides of the coin. I think there is a method of growth. There's a method of evolution, because we're living in times where you're evolving. Like, for example, physically, your brain synapse, your eye twitches, your eye movements. Let's say, for example, it's 2021. Let's go to 1991. All of us was alive. The amount of information you processed that your eyes looked at, your eyes didn't make this many movements in 91. Now you seeing shit. Your peripherals is on fire. So physically, your eye synapses have evolved. You didn't know about it, but you can type on your phone. Look at your metatarsals and your fingers and things. You can type on the phone one hand with a thumb, with an opposable thumb. You couldn't do that in 91. You know, so that's evolution. We're in it. Growth, yes, everything has to grow. And I don't want to get long on it, but you have to. Evolving is a form of growth. It can go sideways, absolutely, if it has agendas. You know what I'm saying? So when that statement was made, I don't know who made it, but to me, it sounds that's coming from a place of, if evolution has an agenda, we need to be mindful and careful of how it evolves. Absolutely. But you can't stop growth, because shorty's gonna be our age, and it's gonna be new shorties, and everybody's gonna keep doing the thing that they're supposed to do, which bottom line is express themselves. Hip hop culture has been expressing itself since the 70s and beyond. But before hip hop, as griots from Africa, we was expressing ourselves.
Right.
You change the cats gotta just understand vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. I mean, I can't knock stuff that's happening now. Like my son do stuff. You know, if I tell him I don't like it, but I don't discourage him to do it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I don't like a lot of things, but that don't mean you shouldn't do it, because if it's genuine and it's pure to you, boom, that's it. You know, so I'm gonna continue to grow. I'm gonna continue to evolve, and I hope you know Cass is checking y'all out. Do the same. I hope y'all do the same. You know, for real.
Yeah, man, that's good. That's good. All right, two more questions, and then I'll let Till do the shout outs. So if you was on a deserted island, what 3 singles would you take with you, and what one album would you take with you?
I'm gonna listen to music on the deserted island. I ain't got no power.
Right, I knew he was gonna come with that. You know
I got the solar panels cracking in the palm trees.
He's gonna ask me some different scenarios. Like, man, I can't play no music. I did, yeah. So let's say okay. Hey,
I got you. Three singles.
Yeah, 3 singles and 1 album.
And a whole album. Damn.
Yeah.
As I'm thinking about this, for some reason, I don't know, Guru from Gang Starr is one of my favorite dudes ever. And
wow,
that's not probably somebody that's ever on nobody's list. He sits well with me. You know what I'm saying? He sits very well with me. So I think of how I felt when I hear. I ain't gonna lie. When I hear Gang Starr, I'm very comfortable. Like from Question Remains to man, this all Gang Starr catalog I'm good with. So if I took one album, aside from everything that's out, I'm a cheat right here, because this is a release. It got a barcode.
I'll give you
the best of Gang Starr, which was like a full record compilation. I know Fifth would take the Prince box set, but don't nobody care. I'm shouting you out, Fifth. But no, it's so much to take, man. I would take something that would keep me moving, and to keep something that's not gonna bog my energy down. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Like, I don't want, it's a certain vibe. If I'm on an island, I'm surviving still. I don't want to get complacent. Because the question is, do I want to leave this island, or do I want to end my days on this island? That'll determine what I take. You know I'm gonna hit you with that shit, boy.
Yeah, I already know.
You know, but single wise, I don't know. I feel like I could take some Fela Kuti. give me Fela Kuti cat. I'm gonna call singles. I'm gonna just say a single for me is the whole shit. So give me all the Fela Kuti catalog. That's my single. And then
that's what's up.
Let me get all the gangsta because I don't care.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's a great answer. Yeah. That's a great answer.
You know, I was thinking "Moment of Truth" by Gang Starr just because
all of that.
It's so long.
Yeah.
You know, you get 20 songs, you know.
Man, JFK to LAX.
Man.
I mean,
royalty.
Yeah.
Oh,
man,
great album.
Shout out to Primo and Premier. I mean, Primo and Guru. Yeah. You know, even Big Shug. You know what I'm saying? This for some reason, Gangstar
and the Gangstar Foundation.
The whole Gangstar Foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cats don't. I like a lot of the new music. I absolutely do. But every blue moon, it's like catching, you know, lightning in the bottle. Is when I get that feeling that I felt before. You know, because you felt it before, you can identify it immediately. So when you say Gangstar Foundation, I know what that feel like immediately. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, and I'm not knocking new stuff. It's just, it's hard for me, maybe because I've grown and evolved. There we go. To catch that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the new Nas, that Magic joint. Man, it was some feelings on there. I'm like, okay, I see. You know, but I don't get that every day. I just, this is just a, you know, an old person reminiscent question. I just miss how everything that came out, or there was a lot of garbage too, but there was a high potency of just boom, 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 boom. It was darts all the time. And it's still darts out now. You just got to dig a little deeper for it. You know, it's not presented to you like it was before, but I'm still searching for that feeling all the time, man. So the crates stay heavy. The quest to keep filling my ears with good shit, it continues. You know.
So that leads me to my next question. It's like, so what's next for you? Like, are you in there cooking? Like,
I'm always cooking, man.
In the age of microwave, we you was like in the age of microwave, we don't do microwave, we baking. So I know you over there baking. Man. You always baking.
I got the smoker running right now. I got something on about 215 degrees right now.
So
it's supposed to cook for about 9,000 hours. You know, I said I'm see, because of my discipline, meaning, you know, the different fields. If I'm engineering, I'm doing video, I'm doing photography, I'm rhyming, I'm making beats, I'm doing cuts. Because of the different disciplines, sometimes I don't sit in front of the same thing long. And IO, you've seen it. I'll go from making a beat, right to writing a rhyme, right to mixing, right to doing the cuts. Or if I'm by myself or whatever, I might be working on the track. I might be in production, and it's going. And then you're like, you know what? Let me open up a window and get these rhymes out. That's not even related to what I'm doing. Then I might start doing some artwork. So there's always something being created in the lab. You know, there's multiple screens because how I'm thinking, I'm just outputting expression all the time. So when it comes to the music side of that aspect, it's several projects that's just, they in the warmer section right under the oven. It's like after you didn't turn the oven off, they just sitting under there warming. They don't go stale. You know, I mean, when Corona happened, a lot of stuff changed, you know, and aside from, you know, with people in life, supply chains and commerce, things that affected commerce, of course, changed. And then once the gates open, I didn't want to just come out with the floodgates with everybody that was just antsy and ready to just, I'm back. We back up out here. I'm putting all this stuff out.
Right.
No knock to you, but y'all can have it. I'm good. Oh, wait. But, this year I will be putting some stuff that's with my name on it, no aliases. I got a couple 45s I'll probably be dropping real soon. Culture Power 45. I'll be the brand on it. And, I mean, the hard part is not making the music at all.
Yeah.
I'm always make stuff but everything I'm making is not for public consumption.
No doubt. I like what you said, those conversations with God. You just, what I'm saying, you can listen. You get it. I forget how you worded it, but I like what you said.
Eavesdropping.
You just eavesdropping. That's dope. I love that.
Dope.
Yeah, it's real, man. I mean, think about when you writing a rhyme. If you're not collabing with somebody, it's just you. Who else you with?
And the Most High.
You with the Most High.
Mm-hmm. All day.
I mean, how many times have you written something? You don't even remember writing it. It's just pouring out. Who did this? Who wrote that? I don't know. You. A lot of times we the vessel. A lot of times when you see that the thing about rap and hip hop, it's not. It's not often respected as a credible source of literature. When you take away the beats and the rhythm of the sound, and you look at the rhythm of the words and the content of the word and the dichotomy of what's going on inside of these words, I mean, it's ground. The stuff that we say is groundbreaking. And when you go back, let's say the Architects, cats is 15, 16, 17 years old. That's saying these phenomenal, prolific words, and we still reciting them to this day. I always thought that, rhyming, aside from an art form, is a bastardized, as far as being respected, form of literature that falls on deaf ears. I mean, now you might see it, excuse me, you might see it taught in different schools, and you got different curriculums and, collegiate, universities where they have programs and professors XYZ. But the masses of rhymes, now, of course, there's garbage out there. There's garbage blues, there's garbage rock, there's garbage every genre of everything. There's trash out there. The microscope that we're under for rhymes, there's no respect there. You know what I'm saying? Like, a rock cat could make a song about, I don't know, we went to the show. I just want to go to the show with my girl. Or a duck. There's a duck. No, straight up. And sing it. And it's timeless. We be pouring some real life stuff, some fantasy stuff, because, a lot of times with rhymes, it can be sensational, but then cats is sometimes they rhyme in what they want to be. So it's not so, the fakeness, fake stuff. Some fake stuff is genuinely what somebody aspires to be.
Right.
They might want this material thing or that material thing.
Right.
So it's hard to knock them, but it's a balance to it. But bottom line, you take away the beats, dude. We have some very, very high level literature coming out of the culture that we participate in. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, man, this has been great.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be insightful. Like I look at you as like a philosopher too. Like your philosophy on things and your approach to like doing stuff. It's just like, I hope you write a book soon. You know what I mean? Like, cause you got a lot of knowledge like to offer. So I just, man, this is like filled my heart today, and just always talking to you, I feel like I could do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like motivated to do music and motivated to, and that's just like the energy that you have. Like it's very contagious. So I just appreciate you for taking the time to being on here. And I
No
hope
doubt.
whatever you doing and every endeavor with like Culture Power 45, whatever you doing, please use us as a platform. You know what I mean? Where you guys can come onto the show and just talk about the work that y'all doing. Please know that this is a platform for y'all
Both of
work,
y'all in
for the work.
Toronto?
I'm in
No,
Cincinnati.
Till is in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I want to come see both of y'all in the
Yeah,
flesh.
man.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
Yeah, for
saying?
sure.
You know,
No
let's,
doubt. No question.
once they let us out again,
Right.
I mean, here's the thing. And let's go back to growth and evolve. I don't have no particular stance on it, but I mean, at this point, what we're dealing with is like what a code is. Is this the new evolution? Because I ain't gonna lie, Joe. I ain't seen nobody sick like far as sneeze, nighttime sniffing, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever, so you can rest.
Right.
I ain't seen none of that from nobody in like 2 years. I ain't seen nobody blowing their nose. I ain't seen nobody sneezing. So I ain't got all the answers, Sway. But I do know something's happening. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody going through what they going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And keep your head, because there's a difference between plans and there's a difference between agendas. And we can't be naive to say that there's agendas out here that exist.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's that.
Facts.
True.
Facts. Well, this is the portion of the show where we like give shout outs. So we usually go first and then we'll let you have the last shout out. So I'll give it over to Till. Till, you can go do your shout outs first, my brother.
Thank you, my man. Want to shout out everyone tuning in tonight, man. A lot of people from Hadid, Fifth Element, Marcus, always tuning in. Appreciate you, Marcus, Ian, Charles, my man, Yafeth, everyone. Appreciate all of you. So shout out to you all. Obviously, shout out to Profound, Iomas, the rest of the crew, Big Stowe, Old Brown, and Joe November. And shout out to Marissa MJ Savino. If y'all remember, we had like Drez and Speech and Billy Danz, and she was responsible for making that happen.
No doubt.
She does an excellent job of doing publicity, and she does managing all kinds of great stuff. And she's going to be on the show next Thursday. So shout out to her. Really excited to chat with her about what she's doing. So make sure y'all check that out. So shout out to her. And then finally, shout out to the entire city of Chicago and all the,
No doubt.
You hear, like you were saying earlier, Taiwan, you hear certain things, in the media and whatnot. In my experience of being in Chicago a few times, meeting really cool people, like I've always had a really positive experience. Even checking for the music from the different crews you two represent. Like I've always had a great, I found great inspiration in the music that comes out of Chicago. So shout out to Chicago hip hop, and shout out finally to you, Taiwan. Shout out to you, man. Really appreciate you being here, and appreciate your dedication. Two things, man. Your dedication to your craft and your dedication to finding peace. You mentioned that earlier about like you're trying to find peace, and that's more important than putting out all this music. But you do it to find peace, and that really resonated with me. So I appreciate that. You're an inspiration. Man. So thank you. Yeah, definitely.
Respect, man. Shout out to Cincinnati, Ohio, East 99. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta shout out East 99. I've been out there, Coach Ass.
Yeah, man.
It's real out there too. But I mean, I appreciate y'all having me out. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't do a lot of. I'm behind the scenes a lot. I'm comfortable. I'm very comfortable behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Because I get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? So for me to pop out visually is a rare one. But shout out to y'all doing y'all thing. I've heard good things about y'all. Always shout out Io. Io put me on a long time ago. to check y'all out, you know. But man, I just want to shout out the whole culture, you know, everybody that's in it, from the participants to the people that fuel it, not the vultures at all. But shout out to I'm just saying, shout out to the architects, the people that keep it going, the people that keep it holistic, the people that help it grow and evolve. You know, that's gonna be my choice words for leaving tonight. You know, it's like, you know, I mean, you know, we ain't gonna get into certain street things, but certain letters that have the first letter is a G and the other letter is another letter. One of them say growth and the other one say development. But shout out to everybody who's trying to grow and develop this thing and keep it moving peacefully and organically and communally. You know, we have to stick together. This whole thing is global. I've been privy to go to lots of countries and other continents, and man, this thing we doing and participating in, it's infectious. It's a part of people's daily lives in other places. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to Germany right now, cats don't look like me, but you can't discredit their tenacity and approach and genuineness to this culture. Go to Amsterdam, you find cats like that. So we've done something, or we participate in a union that's global. So we have to, you know, refine it and treat it gingerly sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's hip hop don't owe us, none of us, shit. You can't expect nothing from it. It's a give type of, you pour into it. You know what I'm saying? Once you start trying to pull out from it, you know, careful what you pull out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just I appreciate the fact that I've been able to pour into it and help my peers pour into it. They've helped me pour into it. And I have no intention on stop pouring anything into it. So, you know, big up to y'all, big up to the whole squad. Y'all know who y'all are. Right in the camera, I see you. Smoke something with your boy. Oh, but bring your own. It's Corona, you know. But yeah. But yeah, that's that, man. I mean, man, you know, I hope to catch y'all on the next one. And whenever something is coming through the pipeline, brand new, whether it's Culture Power or myself personally, or, you know, anybody that could probably use a platform, you know, I just shout them out, send them to y'all. I mean, this ain't mine. This, you know, like you said, this ain't my knowledge. It's shared. Just passing the buck. So yeah, it is.
Man, that's dope, man. So yeah, I just wanna, man, shout you out, Taiwan, man. Again, man, thank you. I was looking forward to this, man. Like, thank you so much for taking the time to come through. Just want to shout you out. Shout out Eric Riccio, who shouted me out in the chat. Shout out Rashi Hadid, Fifth Element, Prime Meridian, Race, Tree, Simeon. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Fillmore Green. Shout out Chicago, man. Just Chicago as a whole, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just what the South, you know, South Side, West Side, all of that, man. Just shout out. I mean, just talking to you make me homesick, bro. But I'm home. Just being in this conversation with you is just like I'm at home. I feel like I'm at home right now. So, man, just shout out Chicago hip hop scene. Shout out Kaz, G, Pugs, Adam, the whole Necrobat crew. You know what I'm saying? Just the history and the legacy. And we still here. Like, you know, Taiwan's album said, we still here. We still here, man. And it's a blessing. So enough respect, man. This is amazing.
And just for everybody out there, you know, I'm just one piece of the puzzle, man. I'm a speck of dust on the Chicago thing. So if you bopping with me, you know, you bopping with IO, you bopping with Pro. We come from a long line of characters that's worth investing some time and checking them out, man. I'm just one one page in a very big story. And shout out to like I said, to the cats, Ian and them. You know, if y'all shoot Teal a line and get that info, I'm gonna shoot y'all out a vinyl for Still Here. And that's a personal token from me and my man Rashid Hadi for bopping with us for so long. So much respect to y'all. You know.
Yeah, we got to get Rashid, that group that he formed. We got to get them on here, man.
NRFS.
So, yeah, shout out.
Shout out to
we got to get them on here.
and Scott and Sincere and Fable.
Yeah,
you know,
for
all
sure.
my brothers, man.
Yeah,
you know.
No doubt. So, Heidi, if you listening, man, I'm gonna reach out to you, bro, for sure.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Well,
and on that note, move, man. As always, man, we say peace.
Peace.
And soul.